Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Tech Focus 24. My name is Sami Dowona, and this is the first installment of what I call Big Tech GH. On Big Tech GH, what we do is that we pick a topic, an issue, something that is happening in the tech industry, digital industry, whichever it may be, and then we try to break it down for you to understand, and then also tell you how relevant it is to you and probably even how you can benefit. Today, what we're going to talk about is a new licensing regime that the NCA, National Communications Authority, has introduced to inject some local content. In fact, the word is to re-inject local content into the telecoms industry. Now, remember, when mobile telephony began in this country, all the licenses actually went to Ghanaians. Kasapa, it was Celtel, it went to a Ghanaian, Kofi Krugerson. Space Phone, which is today MTN, it went to a Ghanaian, David Hesse and Agri. And then, of course, Mobitel, which is today Tigo, and of course, they've added Airtel to it to make it Airtel Tigo. Mobitel, it actually went to Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo and his colleague Bediaku. All right. Airtel was Westel, which was with GMPC. Okay, so if you look at it, and Vodafone was Ghana Telecoms, which of course was a government thing. Now, when we came to 4G, we licensed what we call the BWAs, Broadband Wireless Access, license holders. Again, it was all Ghanaians. Selfline, Busy Ghana, Blue Telecom, Broadband Home, Telesol, everything was Ghanaian. But as we're talking today, we know the story. Everything is gone into the hands of foreigners. And the BWAs, the 4G guys, they are virtually out of business. All of them are out of business. Then some of them have been bought by MTN. So it is important that we ensure local content is important. It's always important. It is not good for our Ghanaians to remain on the periphery of the industry. We need Ghanaians to go into the mainstream. And so this new license, I believe, is going to inject some local content into the system. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about electronic communications managed services. Now, even that is managed by foreign companies. It's managed by what we call the OEMs. That's original equipment manufacturers, i.e. Huawei, Ericsson, and ZTE. Mainly, these are the three companies that manage all this equipment and network service, the back end network services for the telcos and even for government. I mean, can you imagine that the telcos are all foreign companies, and then even the managed services are being done by foreign companies, Ericsson, Huawei, and ZTE. Mainly Ericsson and Huawei, actually. Do you understand? So what the NCA has done is to break down the electronic communication managed services license into two. One will be for the OEMs, that's the original equipment manufacturers, the Huawei's and the Ericssons, so that they would import equipment, install them, and then they will do what we call level 3 managed services. That is when there is a major breakdown or there is a need for some major software injection, then they will come and do that. So they will, once they import and install, they will wait until there's a major issue when the telcos or whichever organizations calls them to come and then do that. Okay? I mean, talk about our data centers, the NITA data center, even private data centers. They are all being managed by Ericsson and Huawei. So yes. So then the day-to-day basis, the money service that have to be done on day-to-day basis, NCA has gleaned that from these people, from the OEMs, and we are inviting Ghanaians to then apply and be given the license to do this, which is very good, because even with the Huawei's and the Ericssons and the ZTEs, when they come into this country, they employ Ghanaians anyway. They employ people from the telcos, and they also employ young people from Telecom University and KNUST to then be going around and doing the quote-unquote the donkey job, but then all the money sits with these foreign companies, and they pay these young people peanuts. But then, if Ghanaians can put themselves together and form consortiums and prove that they have the capacity and the expertise to get these licenses on their own and deliver on these jobs, the NCA has created opportunity. So for Ghanaians to then come and do what we call level 1 and level 2 managed services. So it's a new licensing regime. And I think this is good for this country because all the telcos are in the hands of foreigners. Now, the BWAs have been bought out, mainly. And then the managed services are also in the hands of Huawei, Ericsson, and ZTE. It is not good. Because why? Apart from the fact that Ghanaians will now come and benefit in terms of, financially, there is also another concern, which is that once you leave all these things in the hands of foreigners, data centers, all the equipment that on which our data is running as Ghanaians in the hands of foreigners, you have no idea what kind of backdoor, access that they've created, that this data is going to somewhere outside of Ghana. We don't know. And remember that data is a gold mine. Data is a gold mine. So the more we leave our data in the hands of these people, it's a risk we are running. But this is good. Apart from benefiting Ghanaians financially, it's also going to help to protect our data as Ghanaians. At least it limits the risk of our data being handed into the hands of foreigners and let them sell. We have seen how some countries, in some countries where some of these companies operate, how data breaches have happened and they are being sanctioned all the time. Forget about Huawei. America is obsessed about Huawei. But then, even some of these other companies, they are being sanctioned all the time because of data breaches. So it is good when we have this data in Ghana. And Ghanaians are managing it. So let's go, Ghanaians. Let's go. Let's put ourselves together. Some of you in the telcos come together, form consortiums. Let's go and get this license from NCA and let's ensure that at least Ghanaians are injected. There's some local content injected into the telecoms, mainstream telecom space. It is important. We hanging on the peripheries, it's enough. Let's go in and go deep. And in case you want to consider people that you can join your team, I'm here. I can join your team. Let's go. I can use my personality. Let's go and get some of this license. And let's do the work. And let's have Ghana. Let's have local content in the telecom space, mainstream telecom space. It is good for Ghana. God bless you all.